Because you are not gonna get, it's not gonna be forgiving. Hey, it's Jason. I'm in the garage with the 2023 Ford Maverick Hybrid XL, and I'm going to do a slight modification to this because what I've noticed on this Ford Maverick is the amount of bugs that get on the windshield, even only after driving 400 miles, is astronomical. It's like the most I've ever experienced in a vehicle, and just absolute filth accumulates up here. So I bought, using my Ford Pass points, so it was kind of free, I bought a hood protector, aka bug shield, but it's kind of like the very dynamic ones that kind of just go up over, which I'm told might deflect bugs up and over. We'll see. So the purpose of this video is to show you the process of installing it on this 2023 Ford Maverick, from unboxing, prepping the area, and putting it on. So it ships directly from Ford, incredibly quick. I ordered it and 2 days later it was here. And you're gonna get one lengthy box, and it shipped FedEx for me, which I wish it hadn't have been, because they just kind of throw stuff. And they threw it at the end of my driveway, so hopefully no damage. But I'm gonna unbox it, I'll show what it looks like, we'll look at the instructions, and we'll begin installing it. This is the guy. It comes with enclosed alcohol surface prep wipes, and it looks like some instructions back there I need to get to. And it's gonna just be a super clean fit. I'm not a huge fan of these, admittedly, but being a black truck, I think this will look okay. Yeah, I'm sitting it on the hood. It's not gonna scratch it, it will be okay. But I think it would look okay with it being black. So let me get these instructions out and see what it's telling me to do. So it doesn't really come with many instructions. It comes with the alcohol prep pad, and it comes with the surface prep, cancer and reproductive harm. Don't want to eat that. 2 pads. And then it just basically, it's the Aeroskin. Warranty information is all that's there. So you're kind of on your own to do this. But as much as I don't like the idea of it being a pill and stick, it is. I was hoping it would have had holes under the hood like the ones I used to have, and it would have screwed in or something like that, but it doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and just confirm, do I use the alcohol prep pad and then this? I believe so, but I want to confirm the order of operation of the two of those. And then you're going to want to make sure this is nice and clean. So I've already cleaned it quite a bit. But you're going to want to then use the prep pads on the whole thing. And I think I'm going to use painter's tape to help me align this, because I am willing to bet you get one shot to stick this bad boy. And I'm just going to peel back a few little tiny areas at first before I begin to stick the whole thing. Okay, so I sorted what to do here. First, the alcohol prep pad is going to clean the whole area. 2 of them. This is adhesive promoter for the back tape. So you're going to want to use the adhesive promoter everywhere that this is going to sit. Now, I saw a guy with a different vehicle on YouTube give a good tip, and he's basically saying, put this in place and painter's tape it, and then use painter's tape to mark where it's going to go, just to make sure it's all aligned the way it should be. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what that looks like as I'm doing it. And then I'll remove it, and I'll basically have a line of painter's tape, so when I go to apply it, I'm not going to have, oh, is that right? Is that right? I'm just going to line it up perfectly, and away I go. That's the game plan. Okay, so the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to dry fit this, meaning I'm going to basically put it on the truck and I'm going to use painter's tape to actually try to align it where it needs to go and hold it. Because this thing has to be lined up perfectly with the indentations of the hood. It actually seems like it's going to be a lot more challenging than I was hoping. And if you're really picky about the hood, put a towel down or something if you're concerned about it scratching. I'm honestly less concerned about that. My biggest goal of this is to have a protection for the hood from chips and stuff. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to start by, here goes my alcohol wipe. I'm going to start by lining it up on the side here, and I'm going to use my finger to kind of hold, because this has to be pretty much perfect, or it might look a bit goofy, and this has to come over a little bit more, it seems. I'm going to put tape to hold that side. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. And what I'm hoping, this is painter's tape by the way, so it shouldn't leave any residue. And I have this hood latched back just a little bit. I'm going to put this here so I can really get back here and look at the angle underneath and make sure it's really covering it. I'm going to make sure my edges, which are lined up really nice. I'm going to push the hood down and lock it and just make sure that there's nothing rubbing. These sides look lined up pretty perfect. Now I'm going to test over here. Looks really good. So I'm going to pop the hood again. 2 pulls on the Ford Maverick. Just make sure all of that looks really good. Now to do the alcohol wipes, you're going to have to remove this, and I'm going to want to remember exactly where I had this at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some painter's tape right where the edge is, where I'm actually starting the center here. That's going to kind of be like my main guide. I know I'm probably blocking the camera a bit, but you'll see it when I get it on here. So I'm just gently laying this down as like a guide of where it needs to go. And this is a curved hood, so alright, so what I should have here now is when I remove this, I should have a really good indication of where it goes back. So let's lift it up, and I know that that's the top mark of where this is going to go. So what you're supposed to do next is use the alcohol prep pads to prep this. So I'm going to take one of these alcohol prep pads. They're pretty small. I guess you could just use any alcohol prep pads. And I'm going to want to make sure I clean all where this is going to go with the alcohol prep pads. So the next step is you have to use this, which helps the adhesive. So you kind of got to know where your adhesive is going down, because you're going to want to wipe in those specific areas. So we know it's going to be the whole underside of the tape and the whole lower side of the hood is where this is going to go. And this is a little bag that they give you. So my biggest concern about this is you kind of only get one shot. So here is the this guy, and I know that I'm going to go underneath of the tape, because that's, and then I know I'm going to go on the side here, and I know I'm going to go on the bottom here. I'm going to flip this over and just give it another really good wipe at the bottom. I'm going to follow up the side, and then I'm going to do the same right on the side. What I mean is, I'm not going to want to, I'm going to make sure none of this protective stuff is in my way. I'm thinking I might just want to pull it off. I'm going to actually just pull it off, frankly. And the reason why I'm doing that, once I put it down, I got to rub over this, and I don't want to have any friction when I'm pushing that tape down. And then I want to make sure none of the plastic remnants are in here. There's a little piece there onto that tape. And then what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to line it up like so, just like I did. But I'm not going to want to pull all of this tape off. I'm just going to pull a little bit off on the sides at each point. And then once I know it's on there nice, I'll pull the rest off, and I'll show you how I'm planning to do that. Okay, so I pulled a bit of tape off, but not all of it. So I still, and I'm going to kind of tuck this back a little bit, and you can see how I did it on all of these sides. And then, and you get one shot to do this. This is nerve-wracking. But I'm going to attempt to line up. And this stuff is sticky. I just barely put it down. Oh boy. You've got to be on your game. This painter's tape is being very, very good to me right now. I'm going to just lightly put it there. And then lightly put it up over here. And make sure all of this is exactly where you want it. Because you are not going to get, it's not going to be forgiving. It is not going to be forgiving. So I got really good edges up here. I'm going to pull it down just a little bit there. I was a little unpleased with the height there. Really good coverage there. Really good. I mean, not looking too shabby. Then your next step's going to be to pull this tape off and start pushing it down a little bit. Do not do this without this guideline. I was able to use that to make sure it's going on, because you don't want to have some goofiness down at the bottom. A little more forgiving black on black, but imagine if this was black and this was like orange underneath, or red, or white. You would see it even more so. So then my next step is going to be, and I'm going to just pull this painter's tape off before I pull the rest, is to pull off rest of this. And the reason why I'm pulling the painter's tape off now, it's kind of on there. And then I know this one goes this side. I know this one's gonna go this side. And I didn't want to risk anything possibly getting stuck to the painter's tape. And this is gonna come this way. And this one's gonna go that way. And pull this painter's tape off. So now there's no tape. So what I'm gonna do is push it down, and I'm gonna basically keep my hand at the bottom. I'm gonna shut the hood all the way, and I'm gonna give it a really nice I'm getting it really smudgy. I'll have to do some cleaning. But I'm basically just using a nice microfiber towel to apply a fair amount of downward force on this. I'm focused right now on the top. I just did the bottom, and I'm putting a lot of force because I never trust tape. You can kind of hear it make a little noise, and that might be like the fixation of it or something. Man, that thing goes on there good. Now I'm going to do the same at the bottom, just kind of fold the towel, give you a good cushion, put some good force. So I feel pretty confident in this right now. Some tips I'm going to give you as I just do another little push down. I'm doing it in a garage. I was really concerned about prepping the surface and having any dust, bugs, or anything like that getting on it. I would probably recommend doing that for a good safety measure. Definitely do that painter's tape trick that I showed you. I would have been lost without that guideline, literally. It would have been disastrous because that helped me know exactly where to put it. And if you didn't have that and you place it the wrong way, you don't get another shot. And this thing is tight when it's on there. If you super concerned about your hood, put a towel down. I know people in the comments are gonna rag me for putting stuff on the hood, but it already has grime and everything on it anyways. Painter's tape is a biggie. I cleaned the surface before I did anything. I pulled it in the garage. I let it sit for a little bit. Then I did the alcohol prep. Then I did the adhesive prep. And I put it on. So you can see, I think it came out pretty darn nice. And the hope is this would give me a little bit of protection from flying objects and bugs. This is just quick detailer here. It's nothing more than that. I'm not putting it on directly on anything. I'm just trying to shine up where I got it all dirty. Just McGuire's quick detail. And I'm gonna let it sit here in the garage a bit. Go really lightly over that. But as I mentioned, I was just getting a ton of debris on this truck from the road and driving, and bugs, and I'm hoping, and you can see how dirty this hood was. I'm hoping this is going to give me a nice level of protection. Okay, so it is all installed, and I'm going to show you up close. It really goes on here nice and tight. I think on a black truck it looks really superb. It's not your grandpa's bug shield. I used to have a pickup truck where it would go straight up. The hood's a little grimy because I didn't clean the whole thing, but this is super secure, and I feel like it provides a great level of protection. You can see I got it lined up perfectly under the hood and all the way around. Has a little tiny Ford logo there. But this is the Aeroskin hood protector, bug guard, whatever you want to call it, I suppose. Doesn't really give me a part number here, or I would tell you, but I got this through Ford Accessories. And I think it turned out pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comment. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Similar process to whatever vehicle you might do it on. I'm gonna let it sit in the garage just a little bit longer. And of course, you can put the hood up without any issues, which is, kind of a must, right? But, the hood will go up and it doesn't impede or get in the way whatsoever. And it looks like there's enough gap underneath where water could come out if it gets in there. So there you have it. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to give me a subscribe on this YouTube channel. It means a lot to me. And let me know what you think of this Aeroskin from Ford Accessories. It was only $75 or so. Have a great day.